Hello again, everyone. Sorry for the delay on this video. Unfortunately, it seems the release of Windows 10 somewhat warped some of the cloud-specific features on the Xbox, namely the video recording stuff. So, the first match you're going to see is my Panzer II-J. After all my thinking of how OP it is, I actually have to say I think there's some fun things that they did with it that make it a bit less OP than I originally suspected it might be. For one, I've seen most matches, it doesn't seem like they let more than one Panzer II-J into it, at least on each team. And for two, it seems like most of the matches I get have a lot of Tier 4 tanks in them, including Matildas, which usually results in me doing nothing and the Matilda murdering me. Matilda's gun will slice right through its armor, and you have absolutely no hope of ever hurting a Matilda with this thing. Anyways, but here we are in our region, and as I'm trundling along, I'm going to share some more little thoughts of how I think the Xbox One version of this game is shaping up. For one, I have to say I was wrong. It's not running at 60 frames a second, it is running at a pretty solid 30. Either way, it definitely feels very smooth. Not as smooth as it could be, obviously. So kudos to them for the optimization. But overall, yeah, 30 FPS versus 60. I do wish it was 60. I'm surprised I thought it was 60. I usually call that a little bit better. Then again, I also don't play many console games on my TV, and that might have something to do with it. Beyond that, I have to say that, a couple things I really don't like, and this might just be a me thing. I find it really hard to maneuver the tanks in this. I also find it hard sometimes to keep my aim and my sight picture sort of the way I would like them. The sight picture thing, to explain it better would be, is I frequently lose where the hell I'm pointing, and I find it very awkward to, say, zoom in and out. And right now I'm demonstrating probably the biggest weakness of the Panzer II-J, is the auto gun. P-46 does not have a lot of armor. It's got plenty of armor, enough to bounce off AP shells constantly. And the M3 Sword definitely has enough armor to bounce AP shells from this tank. Oh well. But regardless, those are console-specific things that probably come more down to how good with a controller you are. Personally, I'm primarily a PC gamer. I'm really only playing this more or less for the shits and giggles factor, and I was curious to see how it is. I also think it's giving us an insight to how I believe the PC version is going to be developing in the coming months. I expect a lot of the little improvements I've seen in the Xbox One version are going to probably make it to the PC side of things. And I do feel the PC version is still superior. And it has nothing to do with like the HD models being better or anything else. I feel the PC version is superior simply because it has better gameplay. I've noticed, full text gameplay on the PC side of things isn't necessarily renowned for intelligence, but I have seen some behaviors I haven't seen for like 2 or 3 years on the PC side of things, i.e. people camping the ridgeline on El Haluf and staring each other down, which people haven't done on the PC side of things for years, at least not common. People running around Province, charging down the middle of Karelia, which you're going to see in one of the next replays I'm going to show you. It's just amazing stuff like that. But sometimes, that actually brings some fun into it. It brings back some good memories, and also the fact that, knowing a lot of the metagame, I can counter that stuff really easily. For reference, if you do play the PC version of World Tanks and want some idea of how skilled I am, I'm roughly about Jingle's level. I've got 1,500 and something WN8 overall, 26,000 battles. I have played competitive skirmish games and clan wars before. I actually led a clan for a while until I got rather sick and couldn't do it anymore. So I do kind of know what I'm doing overall. I also kind of play every tank in the game, so I do know most of the tanks. I've got several tier 10 tanks on the PC version. In fact, that's the reason I'm going with French heavies first, is that I absolutely didn't work the French heavy line. It's the second line I went down after the Germans. That was back when that was first introduced. But anyways, this match is pretty much over at this point. I unlocked the achievement for getting a ton of ribbons in this one, actually, because of all the spotting and everything I did in this. I do have to stress, like, the spotting is probably one of the biggest things I love about the Xbox One version, it seems. There's a lot better feedback for being a scout tank and light tank driver than there is in the PC version. It's something that desperately needs to be addressed on the PC side. Because right now I don't feel that there's very good incentive to drive a light tank on the PC side to be a scout. Typically they're playing them, people play them nowadays, especially the high tier, as like very fast, light flanking tanks as opposed to using them in the scout role. And part of that's down to the way the maps have been redesigned over the years. Now, as you can see, this was a pretty good match for me. It was my ×2, 5,000 experience, holy shit. Leclerc's medal, which, obvious. Bunch of other Steel Wall, Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, the works here, a pretty amazing game. Not amazing necessarily. I've seen people do better in the Panzer IIJ. The thing's sickeningly overpowered on the PC side of things, and I do think there's some special matchmaking and effect on the Xbox version to prevent that. So, moving on, the next replay we're going to be seeing is one of my D2 games on Karelia. A game that actually went really psychotic. I was laughing quite a bit while playing it. And this one I'm going to try to do a bit better commentary on. While also talking about my impressions of the game so far. Okay, so this is now the Karelia battle. Again, sorry I'm not so good at the editing and everything so far. I'm still kind of getting the hang of editing on the Xbox One versus on a PC. It's a little hard for me to tell. I really wish there was a little thing that showed how far along my commentary was going and maybe ability to sort of edit the audio a little bit better. So let's get into some of the things while it's loading into this battle. What I really don't like, and speaking of loading, that's one of the things I really don't like. So far, I would say this game looks like crap. It takes forever. I have a fast internet connection, and I'm on a console, so I should not be dealing with the slow load times I'm seeing. It feels like I'm playing this on a really slow computer. And when I'm saying slow loading times, I'm talking a minute and a half at times. And that's just frankly ridiculous. Anyways, here we are on Karelia, and I'm in my D2, which is the Tier 3 French medium tank. Really good armor, fantastic gun, god-awful stock grind. This thing is a physical stock. Now, I'm sitting here and I was heading down to the south and I realized, what the shit is the enemy team doing? They're all pushing down the middle. So I stopped to give some support because my team just suddenly lost 4 tanks. Bam, right at the beginning of the match, lost 4 tanks, it's not even a minute in. I need to get over there because I do have armor, and the tanks that are over here, they can't really hurt me too well. So I need to get over there and help out my team. And this is situational awareness. Number one thing that makes the good players from bad is situational awareness. Watch the mini-map, knowing when to respond, how to respond, especially in a tank like the D2 that's slow. Okay, so there's a cruiser, I think it says cruiser 3 is moving up on us. Oh no, is that cruiser 2? Cruiser 2 or 3. That's the other thing I don't like. I don't like the name bars keep disappearing. There's a Stewart. Aiming in and firing. 47mm gun does about 50-ish damage each shot. And it's pretty accurate, decent aim time, and really good rate of fire. As you can see, just autocannon shells just come right off. Now that's dangerous. R2, he's got a 75mm cap gun. He can tear me apart. He needs to die. Thankfully, he has no armor, so that's done with. It's 2 kills down. Okay, we're 2 minutes in or so, 8-5. Managed to even things up. Now we've got a medium 2 moving up the middle. Medium 2, somewhat good gun. Don't remember off the top of my head if he can actually hurt me or not, but I'm going to assume no, because pretty much the D2 has pretty good armor in Tier 3. In fact, it's one of the best armored Tier 3 tanks, except for the Samua S35, which is a German, technically it's a French tank, but it's a captured German premium, at least on the Xbox One version. So I'm going to move down the center, because basically they've decided they're going to assault the center. This is where most of their tanks probably went. Although we have a tank. Although, and hey, even I screw up on situational awareness, there are 2 tanks moving in on our base. I just didn't notice it because I was busy trying to clear the center here. T-82, the little Jeep with a tow missile. It's got a big howitzer, no armor, it's really fast. Quite a fun little thing to play, actually, but not like that. You don't want to get shot at. M7 Priest. Actually a tricky little arty, because it actually has some armor here. I missed him there. This side on me, so that's not going to matter. Just keep putting shot after shot into him. You know, it is based on an M4 Sherman chassis, so he does actually have some armor, believe it or not, and decent mobility, and a 105 howitzer. You know, it's a pretty lethal combination. One of my teammates killed him. And at this point, again, situational awareness, I haven't realized we've got guys in our base. And that's probably about to change very shortly, where I'm going to realize there's guys in our base. And I'm like, oh, fuck. E2 is great at many things. One thing it's not good at is, unfortunately, getting back. It'd be lovely if the M3 Stewart that's over in G7 would actually have gone back, or at least tried to, and bought me time, but I think he's just off in La La Land, unfortunately. Now, if we had managed to get 3 or even maybe 2 guys on the cap, you know, and they're trying, the guys up at their cap are definitely trying to get on the cap, but they're just not fast enough, and yeah, unfortunately this game was a loss, but I thought I'd show some of the unconventional stuff I've been seeing on the Xbox One version versus the PC version. PC version, you pretty much have guys split north and south. You might have a scout tank come down the middle, but you rarely get a rush like this down the middle, which is kind of interesting. It is fun in a way, because I mean, I'm sitting there, it's like, that was actually really fun and heart-pounding, but heartbreaking that we lose. I'm not sure what the next battle I'm going to do in this video is. I got to look through a few of my replays. I know I have a good one in here, like a top battle in here that I can show you all. I do like the post-battle results screen. It's very concise. It's very clean looking. You know, I love the ability to scroll through the little ribbons and stuff, you know. Okay, this next one's on Wide Park in the Rain, and I picked this one for 2 reasons. 1, I think Wide Park in the Rain is beautiful, but 2, right off the bat, look what's happening. Now, note, I had just gotten into this battle when this was going on. This is what I meant by slow load times really ticking me off in this. This is ridiculous. But we're getting mobbed by a bunch of locusts, and I mean, this is just hectic, frantic, and fun. I mean, this is completely stupid and suicidal, but it's fun. You know, it's just, I'm like, what the shit's going on? And just suddenly frantic locusts everywhere, and yeah, a lot of fun for a D2 like mine. You know, the Locust is a fun little tank. This is not how you use it. So yeah, the Locust problem has been taken care of. I'm already up to 2 kills. Kami, little Japanese tier 3 light tank. Fun little light tank. Although I wouldn't recommend the Japanese tanks for a first-time tank driver. They are a little bit hard on the skill side of things. Pretty much your best choice, if you're trying to decide on what nation to go down, you don't have any emotional attachment, I would say go down either the Russians. The Russians have some cool shit. Panzer 1C, you know, there's a great little starter tank to teach you how to play world tanks. The Germans, the Russians, to a degree. The Germans have a few hard tanks, but the Germans do have a lot of good high-end guns with good accuracy, which to me are easy to use. American tanks can be pretty easy, and the Russian tanks can be pretty easy. The French ones do require a little bit of know-how and skill, and probably a little free XP because some of the stock grinds are abysmal on them. So, I mean, like, what kind of tanks do you want to play? I mean, you got heavies, which is what I'm going down, lots of armor or really big guns, sometimes both. Can't go wrong with those. Medium tanks, jack of all trades, master of none, pretty much. High tier gameplay, mediums pretty much dominate. Tank destroyers, really big guns, no turrets, and usually a lot of map knowledge required in using them. Nothing wrong with those. Artillery is for people that, you know, you maybe aren't the fastest in reaction time. Artillery is a good choice for you. So we killed that tank, and now we're on to the Panzer 1C, and he decided to ram me. Great strategy. If you've got a heavier tank, ram the crap out of them. always good. Have I mentioned I love this weather effects on this map? It's just gorgeous. It's got such vivid definition. And the gun sound, especially the autocannon, sound amazing. But I love the big meaty pop, even from this little 47mm gun. It makes such a very solid noise and everything else. Here's a PC3A who's just decided to ram me, and that gets me a top gun, and I've got a Martyr 2 off to my right flank, which is bad. From what I mentioned last time, Martyr 2, big gun, big punch. I'm out for this battle. I'm gonna sort of just follow around a little and sort of sum up this video. It's 17 minutes long so far, and I just don't want to keep going. Overall, I think it's a good start. It's certainly a solid game, but if you already have an Xbox 360, and let's say you're considering buying an Xbox One because you really enjoy World of Tanks and love these graphics, I'd invest in a PC. A $300 PC will easily run World of Tanks. It's a free-to-play game. You're not paying anything more for it. The gameplay, the community is just more intact. One of the biggest things that I've been annoyed by, and it's always annoyed me with Xbox Live, has been the voice chat. You get that kid who's screeching in your ear the entire time, or on my speakers because I don't have my headset on. Stuff like that just drives me nuts. Now, your mileage may vary on that. But that would personally be what I do. If you've already got an Xbox One and you're wondering what World of Tanks is about, certainly give this a download and a try. There's no harm in it. It's free to play. You can screw around in it. And yeah, you don't really have to pay to win, at least through tiers 1 through 5. You don't have to pay to really have fun and enjoy the game. I love those sounds. I really hope that they do those sounds in the PC version. I'm guessing that's probably going to be 9.11. But, Panzer 1C dies, and we lose, unfortunately. Close match, good try on the Panzer 1C's part. He really put in a good show. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching. Please feel free to give me criticism or advice on how to edit these videos better. I will be posting more, because I am playing this, I am having some fun with it, so yeah. Anyways, everyone, have a nice day.